And I'll tell you the reason I'm super worried about this kind of thing at the moment, especially here in Australia. We've got elections coming up. It amazes me how uneducated people are on the Australians are on the Australian political system and how it works. We do not have a two-party system. We do not have to vote in one of the two parties. That does not have to be the case. You vote for your local member, and your local member can choose whether to be an independent or to join a random party or to join one of the two major parties, and they can even change their fucking mind. They can change mid-thing. And that's why we don't vote for our Prime Minister. What happens is you vote only for your local member. Your local member, if enough from one party get in, they then decide, well, this will be the Prime Minister, and they make the leader of their own party the Prime Minister. So many Australians are going to go to the polls this year disillusioned with the two major parties that they're going to look for a third option. And that Animal Justice Party is a fucking appealing third option to the people who don't know better. And then what happens in Australia is if both major parties don't have enough seats to form a majority government, now they start working deals with the independents. And the independents go, hey, okay, I support you. We form a coalition, we form a government, and then we elect a Prime Minister, right? Those independents, if one or two of those Animal Justice Party people get in, we're fucked because they will hold the total power of the government, and whatever crazy shit they want to get through, they will get through because they will hold the government to ransom. And we need organizations that can help represent and defend dog trainers. Full stop. I'm not talking about dog trainers like who let's divide a line down ourselves and call ourselves balanced and positive and however else we want to do it, like agility people and bite sport people. We're all fucked. If that Animal Justice Party get in and hold sway.
I'll give you an example of that. There's a couple of plus R force-free, might I say it, people that I've seen on social media. They're fairly anti anything to do with balance whatsoever. But then they've realised that some of the breeds that they have are going to be affected by some of these breed culls that have already been announced overseas. Naturally, as you would, yelling at the top of the balcony how unjust this is and how unfair it is and it should be shunned. But that's the thing, is they don't see the writing on the wall. And as you're saying, we want to unite, not to say that you have to do or take on our practices, but we just have to cradle each other, because the fucking tsunami that will come for us will take us all out. Like we all have something to lose.
We all have to band together. And that's why we push for the IACP and we say that everybody should try and join that, because that's the organisation where everybody's welcome. I'm not welcome in some of the other organisations. The way that I train is not welcome. But the way they train is welcome with the IACP. Right? And so that's why we're trying to push that, because we need an industry professional body worldwide to help us, because we're under threat. And especially in Australia, like, Animal Justice Party, what could be wrong with that? Right? And so that is going to happen like a goddamn landslide at the next election. And then they're going to get in and people are going to go, oh, what the fuck? I'm not allowed to have a dog anymore? Right? It's, what? PETA are running the country now? That's where it all goes to. Right?
I know, it's crazy.
So that's the concern. That's my concern. And we, aside from not voting for them, but people, like millions of Australians are going to, and other similar, like minor issue parties, we need an industry professional organisation that is going to help in the fight against all of that kind of stuff and represent us. And so that when the government reach down comes and we go, hey, no, we got this. We're self-governing industry. We've got this. We don't need any influence from you. You're worried about bite sports? We monitor it. We're watching them all. We have a bite sports committee. You're worried about the way that people use tools? We have a whole education program. It's right here. We teach people how to use them all the time. We certify people in it. It's not just like willy-nilly. We've got this sorted out. You guys, you don't need to get involved. That's the function of those organisations. You know, the IACP is the International Association of Canine Professionals. It is the industry professional organisation that represents training. Without an agenda beyond ethics.
All are welcome. Ethicals. All ethical people are welcome.
If you listen to us and you're a dog trainer, even if you don't use tools, it would be super beneficial to those of us. Even if you don't choose not to yourself, but are okay with others, it would be super beneficial for you to join that organisation. The other thing that we need to keep in mind as well is that associate member level, where you can just join. You don't get to vote or anything, but it's just like, hey, I support your organisation. I'll be one of your numbers, right? I don't want to get involved. I don't want to be in the weeds. And I think we have a lot of listeners who are not professional dog trainers, who are just people who are interested in listen to Australian dickheads talk shit. It would be helpful to the industry as a whole if you just lend your support to that organisation.